Hi Pile One, welcome back to my channel. We are doing another future spouse pick a card reading, okay? This reading we're going to look into if you've already met them, have your paths with your future spouse, have you crossed paths with them yet? Have you been anywhere in close physical proximity with them? Regardless of what that answer is going to be, we're going to just figure out who they are, okay? How are you going to know them? We might possibly get some clues into what they look like, if they have any, anything stand out about their appearance at all. We're going to find out some about their personality traits, just interesting things like that. We'll also might find out possibly how you guys might meet, what's going to be going on around you when you guys meet, just kind of giving you some clues about who your future spouse is and if you've met them yet, okay? All right, so pile one, and just keep in mind it's a general reading. Whatever resonates, take it, run with it. If something doesn't resonate, you definitely don't have to claim it. Just drop it and leave it behind for the people for whom it does resonate. I do have personal readings available if you would like to have me tap exclusively into the energy of your future spouse. And yeah, just check the description box below. There are a lot of $25 readings available in the future spouse category. All right, pile one. So you guys were drawn to the beautiful clear amethyst pebble. We'll put this over there. Let's see. Is amethyst the birthstone? Is it February? Y'all might have to look it up. I'm being told to look up the birthstone, like whatever the month, that birthstone is. Your future spouse might have that as their birthstone, so that might give you a clue as to, like, maybe what their astrological sign might be, what month they were born in, something of that nature. Okay, so let's find out a little bit more about your future spouse, pile one. Let's see. So right on. Oh, okay. Your future spouse, very, very grounded, very healthy. We have an awesome dichotomy of energies that your future spouse has, because they're showing up in both the feminine and the masculine. So they have a really good inner balance of their inner feminine and inner masculine energies. And so here we have goddess. We also have father. Okay, so that's the feminine and the masculine. In their positive, when they're showing up in the what do they call that? The functionality of their, that's like functionality versus dysfunction, right? And so I'm going to read both the light attributes and the shadow attributes to give you an idea, because who they are when they're at their best versus who they are when maybe they're expressing through their shadow. Okay, so at their best, it says the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. Also says for father, it says talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit. Shadow attributes for goddess is exploitation of the female nature and form. Shadow attribute says dictatorial, oh my gosh, I can't even say that, control, abuse of authority. Okay, so, but we do have boundaries here, and so I feel like your person is, number one, they're really good with setting boundaries, but this is including with themselves, okay? I'm hearing that your person, your future spouse, pile one, is a very responsible leader. A lot of you that are tuning in, you are the divine feminine to their divine masculine, okay? They may actually be a parent. They might have kids, your future spouse. We specifically for those of you that are, divine feminines, your person's going to be a father. They're going to have children, and they're going to be very responsible parents to their children, okay? But great, I love the inner balance that we have here. I mean, yeah, maybe if they do get angry, but again, I keep being shown boundaries because this is your person. Yeah, your person is human. They experience human emotion, but they don't allow themselves to go overboard. And so, your person is very mature, very responsible, pile one. Your future spouse is just, they might be mature in terms of age, okay? I definitely am picking up on personality wise, but they also might be mature in age. So they're definitely mature in energy, mature as a soul, very responsible with how they express themselves and who they express themselves to, but they could also be mature in age. There might be an age gap between the two of you. I'm hearing maybe like 8 years or more. They could be older than you, okay? Let's find out though. Have you met them yet? Has pile 1 met you yet? Pile 1's future spouse. Have you and pile 1 crossed paths? Have the two of you been in close physical proximity? We're gonna get one more. Okay, no, not quite. You guys have not met your person yet, and what I'm hearing is it's not quite time, okay, or it hasn't been the time, I should say. Yeah, we have time right here. It says timing issue, time will tell, and it also says don't worry about time. So pile 1, you have not met your future spouse yet, okay? Red flag says not in the clear, proceed with caution, don't ignore red flags. But what's coming up in terms of timing is conditions in either your life and or their life just hasn't been right, okay, in order for the union between the two of you to happen. We have unawake here. It says sleeping on love, failing to notice the bond, unaware of their love. And so what is sticking out though is sleeping on love. Someone, whether it is you and or could also be your future spouse, just may not be focusing on love at this point. It literally says sleeping to love though. Someone here might actually be somewhat hesitant to what I'm hearing is starting over again. I will get your energy, because when we're talking about manifesting union, there's two people's energies at play here. It definitely says timing is an issue. Let's find out what's going on with timing, because we have timing and red flags. We only have one yes, we have 2 no's and a maybe. Okay, so what's going on with timing? Someone here might be a little bit selfish. Selfish with their time is what I'm hearing. Somebody here is being a bit selfish with their time. And what's coming through pile 1, whomever this might be, whether it's you and or them, it's almost like it's a much needed break from, what's coming through is, and it could be your person, pile 1, is they may be in the process of recovering from a really hard breakup, okay? A divorce, a breakup. If your person is a parent, pile 1, they could be going through something with, the father or mother of their child or children. That may be why we have boundaries here. I mean, boundaries is just them as a person, but they're also having to exercise boundaries against someone, okay? For a lot of you, your person is in the process of trying to find some kind of equilibrium and balance with whomever, this person in their life is, because we'll just call the third party, okay? The third party to your future spouse who feels like it's going to be like an ex-spouse. At the very least, it's going to be like a baby mama, baby daddy kind of a situation is I don't want to say, I mean, we do have red flags. So, I mean, that, you know, the third party may actually be causing some issues in terms of your person moving on and dating again and stuff like that. Okay. I will say, pile one, in terms of timing, it feels like your future spouse is in the middle of cleaning up some messes. Just energetically, possibly financially, trying to separate themselves in every way possible from the third party because they're not wanting to bring any unnecessary baggage into any kind of a future relationship. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, and they're, you know, timing is just with the Ace of Wands in the reverse, it's just your person feels now is not the time to, you know, quote unquote manifest romantic union with anybody else at this point in time. I don't even really pick up where your person might be even dating at this point in time. They are looking forward to brighter days here with the sunny days, right? They do have the desire for a happy love life, you know, for abundance and success in terms of their love life. You know, they're trying to keep an air of positivity, vitality, and openness when it comes to love and romance, but your person is being very logical, they're being very sensible, and they just have a lot of common sense. Okay, even though they don't know who you are, they haven't met you yet, they want to do right by the next person, which is probably you, right? I don't know if you're going to be the next person they end up dating, but you know, when it comes to getting married, they definitely want to do right by their spouse. All right. But now it just doesn't seem to be the time. All right, let's find out who they are. We'll see if we can find out some astrological markers. All right, tell me about you as a person. Who are you as a person? Okay, so we have sun here twice. We got sunny days and then we have the sun. So, you know, Leo is definitely an astrological marker coming through. Could have heavy Leo energy in their chart, in their big three somewhere. It could be, you know, their chart signature sign. They have a healthy, your person, pile one, your future spouse has a healthy sense of ego, okay? A healthy sense of pride. Ego gets demonized too much when an ego in and of itself isn't bad. It's whether or not it's been distorted by, you know, abandonment wounds, attachment wounds, you know, things of that nature. And your person, because they have a really good inner balance. And so, you know, your person knows their worth. Pile one definitely knows their worth. They have a bright, cheery disposition, and they have a positive outlook on life. They express themselves freely. They don't hold back when it comes to, you know, saying what they think, saying what they feel. You know, they don't hold back much. Your person can be pretty transparent. I'm not picking up too much where they're blunt. I mean, what I'm hearing is that they're blunt when they need to be. Because again, we have, you know, yeah, we've got the masculine energy showing up here, but we also have goddess. And so your person has the ability to read the room, to read the audience. And so your person is aware of when they speak or when they do express themselves, they want to make sure that they're heard, and they have kind of an innate, they have an innate understanding of how people's psychology works. And so whether they trained for it or not, whether they are even conscious of this or not, your person, pile one, your future spouse, understands, whether consciously or unconsciously, that when they are speaking to people, if they want their message to be received, if they want to be heard, if they want to be understood, they have to speak and communicate in a manner that doesn't automatically triggers, you know, the other person's defenses. Your person has awesome communication skills, pile one. Okay, awesome communication skills. And a very natural understanding of people's psychology, okay? Behavioral psychology is coming through. I don't know if That could be maybe what your person does for a living. It could be what they study. It could be part of what they study. I'm also hearing marketing and advertising. So, you know, people that are in marketing and advertising, whether they study it head on or not, are somewhat clued into behavioral psychology. Okay, let's get 2 more of these. We got 3. Okay, we got waning gibbous moon, and then we got Mercury, and we got, what is that, quarter moon, the first quarter moon. Okay, so waning gibbous says the calm after the storm, gratitude. Okay, yeah, see, your person's been through some stuff, pile 1, and I feel like they're on the other end of it, but they're still kind of cleaning out the fallout of maybe a divorce or just a messy breakup of some sort. Okay, but your person came out of it better instead of bitter, which is amazing. Let's see. This also says giving back, transmutation, surrender, and it corresponds with the star in the tarot. So there's Aquarius energy coming through. We also have the Magician, which is Gemini or Virgo. We got the Magician twice. Okay. So far what we have here on the board in terms of like some possible astrological markers for your person, pile 1, your future spouse is Leo. We have Aquarius. We also have Gemini and Virgo twice. All right. Again, we have Mercury. We got the Magician with Mercury energy twice. They are phenomenal communicators, okay? Phenomenal. And, you know, when we talk about communication, we're not just talking about somebody that talks at people. Communication is a two-way street, and your person is very much a conversationalist. But I have a feeling, you know, and they use that communication, their conversationalist abilities in their work in some way, okay? Your person could be in sales, or if they're not directly in sales, pile 1, they're very good at sales, whether it's just something that they work in or not, okay? Let's see. The first quarter moon says picking up speed, making decisions. Yeah, they're very quick when it comes to making decisions. Your person's just very quick. It's very easy for your person to decide something very quickly. Align actions and words. Yeah, your person, pile 1, they say what they mean. They do what they say. They're a man or a woman or a person of their word. Quick action. The minute they put their mind to something, they go to work on it right away. Okay. We do have Scorpio showing up at the bottom of the deck here with Pluto. Yeah, there's transformation here twice. Well, there's transformation. Your person went through something that kind of what I'm hearing is they went through something, pile 1, that forced them to grow up. Okay, as a person. And what I'm also hearing is, even though, you know, that other person, for a lot of you, it's like I said, it's going to be you know, your person having to co-parent with someone else. You know, that person put them through the ringer mentally, emotionally, and for a lot of them, even financially. They learned a lot. They learned a lot about themselves primarily, but it did force them to grow up in some way, and it forced them to evolve as a person. Okay, let's see. What are we doing now? All right, now we're going to kind of wrap up the reading with just some fun little attributes to find out, like, how are you going to meet, you know, if you do, you know what I mean? Like, when you meet, what's going to be going on. And we might find out, you know, little quirky things about their appearance. Let's get 6 cards from this deck, please. There, we got meet online. And you know what, you guys, I was picking up on some hesitancy in the very beginning of the reading on possibly your guys' end or someone's end. Someone here, there's some hesitancy about putting yourself out there, okay? So a lot of this sleeping on love, some of that could be coming from your end too, pile 1, but this is kind of giving you an idea. You're going to meet this person. The two of you are going to meet online. Now, it may not be necessarily through online dating sites. It could just be, you know, through social media in some way, shape, or form. It could very well be through an online dating site, but what's coming to mind is I have a friend of mine who met the love of her life she was in a Facebook group. I can't remember what it was about. It was not a dating or a singles group. I can't even remember what it was about. But they met through a Facebook group online. It may have been through something about divorce. It could have been through divorce. That may have been what it was. It was not a singles group. I do know that. It wasn't a dating group. It may have been having something to do with divorce, because she was divorced or divorcing, and he was divorced or divorcing, and they met. He actually, he lived in another state, and then he ended up, they met just through some casual conversations. They just, it happened very organically, even though it happened online, right? And they're still together to this day. I think they're going on 8 years, and they're so happy. All right, let's get 5 more. Stopped me in my tracks. Hard to read. Let's see, let's get some more. I'll tell you what some of these mean in a minute, you guys. Whoa, that's too much. Okay. Out of nowhere, wit and banter. This is giving me energies. Yeah, okay, so the more that I'm delving into this energy, that's exactly what it feels like. It says, I knew you were the one early on. For those of you where it's not, like I said, it's a general reading, so, and then we have drawn to you at the bottom of the deck. For those of you where it doesn't really resonate that you're going to be meeting this person through, like, say, a dating app or some kind of a singles group online or something like that, there's definitely energies here of, like, I'm seeing somebody scroll through posts on some kind of a social media site, and I don't know if it's going to be like a picture of you, or it could be you. You could, see a picture of them, and it just stops you in your tracks. But it's almost like, it happens out of nowhere. So the meeting, even though it is online for a lot of you, it happens out of nowhere. It's almost like, yeah, it's online, but the two of you almost bump into each other that way. It is. It's bringing up that same scenario that my friend met her current boyfriend in. That they've been together now forever, and they're the happiest they could ever be still. I mean, it's like, even when I'm around them, it's almost like they just met. It's that kind of like they're still in love, the same kind of love. It's even deeper now after all this time. And funnily enough, because we were talking about, what a future spouse having kids and kind of going through a messy divorce or a separation and stuff like that, and that's exactly what happened with my friend. She has 2 kids. The guy that she's with doesn't have any. She was in the middle of a very messy divorce, and the guy that she met online didn't have any kids. I don't think he can't have kids, but he took to her kids. I mean, not to be mean to, her kids' as actual dad, but he's closer to her kids than the actual dad is. And so I hope that makes sense. This is kind of carrying the same vibe. So, I will say, pile 1, your future spouse having kids. And I will say, there was a little bit of pushback in the beginning with, I'll just call him the stepdad versus, the biological dad. The biological dad had some feelings about another guy coming in and, spending time with his kids. But now, all this time later, they make it work. They all co-parent so well. And that's kind of the same vibes I'm picking up for you guys. It might be a little bit touch and go at the very beginning as you guys figure out a rhythm and a groove between that. Like, the only thing I'm picking up that might be somewhat of a hiccup in this connection is the third party, the person that your future spouse is having a co-parent with, pile 1, but it all works out in the end, okay? So we'll figure out what hard to read is. Again, I am seeing, we had Aquarius come out with the star. We did have Scorpio show up at the bottom of the deck earlier, which can be very, and you know what? I mean, air signs just pretty much kind of, can have that hard to read air. So there's something here about just accidentally bumping into each other. It's happening organically online. So, but there's already a knowing just by, looking at each other's posts, interacting with each other online. This is also carrying energies of, yeah, you might meet online and you guys might, FaceTime or, have video chats and stuff like that in the beginning. And so, but the chemistry is off the charts right off the bat because I knew you were the one early on. The two of you have this amazing chemistry. You guys have a wit and banter that goes on between the two of you. Let's find out what is here for hard to read. If some of you have some kind of an online platform, like if you have a business that you're running online and you're on social media, that may be how your person comes across you. I'm seeing a picture. It doesn't necessarily have to be a picture of you. It could very well be. But there's almost like this recognition when they scroll past a picture of you or something that you're doing or whatever. It sparks an instant like soul recognition. Definitely it piques their interest and their curiosity. I'm hearing it piques their interest and their curiosity. So pile one, your person, that's how they come across your profile or your business page or whatever the case may be. And they kind of go down a rabbit hole where you're concerned. They go, they check all of your stuff out online. What's hard to read? Tell me more about hard to read. There's the star again. Yeah. Okay. So definitely, there's Aquarius energy coming up again. There's an energy here of definitely picking up on interest. Now, I don't know if this is your person feeling like you're hard to read, or you might feel like they're hard to read. Like you might ask yourself, like, okay, this person is messaging me. Are they interested in me romantically? So in the beginning, even though there's this fabulous chemistry that's going on between the two of you, I feel it's you. You're wondering whether or not your person is interested in you romantically, and the reason why they're hard to read is because they still, at the point that they meet you, they still haven't decided or made the decision that they're ready to like date and stuff like that. Like I said, it happens out of nowhere. Your person, when your future spouse, pile one, when the two of you cross paths online, they're not looking for love. They're happily single. They're just, trying to figure things out in their life. And so, the two of you start to talking about something, and it's like you pick up on their interest in you. But there's something very confusing. It's almost as like if they kind of dodge, it could be with the Four of Swords. This could be delaying meeting up in person. And I will say, pile one, when this is happening, that may be why you're questioning their true interest in you, because you're wanting to meet up. Let's go have dinner. Let's go see, go to the museum, or let's go see, this band that's in town that both of you know that's a music that you have in common. And they seem to be either they're making excuses, or it's just they seem to be delaying meeting up in person. A lot of that, it's not because they're busy with the Four of Swords. A lot of that is coming from a space of your person understanding and realizing, like, y'all stop. If you guys start hanging out in person, then it's going to be, your person already knows. See, they knew you were the one early on. And so, there's a little bit of an inner struggle in the beginning where your person is concerned, pile one. That's why they kind of delay meeting you in person, because they already know where they are concerned. This is them, right, setting boundaries with themselves, right? they know that as soon as the two of you meet in person, you guys are gonna start dating, because that's what they want. So, you know, they're trying to be smart about it. But yeah, that's what hard to read means. Okay. Let's see. We're going to get 6 from this deck. This is who, what, and where. Okay. It says, how will I spot them? What will happen? It says future love oracle cards. We're going to get 6 from these, and then we'll wrap up your reading. If this has been fun for you, if you've been entertained by this reading, if it resonated, please do me a favor. Make sure you are smashing the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below. Let me know what pile you picked. Let me know how it resonated. Become part of the family by hitting that subscribe button, as well as a notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. Pile 1's future spouse. Tell me more about pile 1's future spouse. We have, it says your first kiss will be within 1 year from now. All right. Now this says has been extremely hurt by a loved one in the past. Yeah, we were picking up on that. For a lot of you, it's the mother or father of their child or children. Oh, look at that. It says called you the other night. Okay. Again, for a lot of you, what's coming through is you haven't actually met this person in person yet. You know, so that could just possibly mean the two of you are having some kind of, like, you're connecting in the, like, the 5D or the 4D, okay? You're connecting through dreams, telepathically, like you're calling each other in. Let's get 3 more. Wears 3 red items frequently. So the color red could be a favorite color of theirs. They might have like a red car. If they're into sports, that could be like one of the team's like main colors, whatever the sports team may be. I'm from Kansas City. I'm in Kansas City, you guys, is where I live, and so over here it's the Chiefs, right? So for some of them, it's like a hat. Your person wears a red hat often. Okay, let's get 2 more. This is makes something valuable with their own hands. Okay, so what's coming through is woodworking of some kind. Your person could be a carpenter. They could work in a wood shop. That could be part of what they do for a living. They could be building houses. They could be in some kind of construction. That could also be art-wise, right? They could make some kind of art. They can make jewelry. They just something that they make with their hands. For a lot of you, they make money that way, okay? But value doesn't always have to be measured by, you know, money. So it could just, they may make things that are that hold sentimental value for the people for whom they make them for, okay? But they make something with their hands. Whoa, I'll just take that one that flipped out. It says, comes from overseas, so they may be a foreigner, okay? But it doesn't necessarily have to be because I was picking up on that, the same scenario with my friend where she met somebody that lived in a couple of states over. And so, you know, you and your person, pile 1, may right now live in different areas. And it's long distance, okay? So if you're in the States, they don't live in the same state as you. They live in a separate state. They could very well live in another country or overseas. But they don't live anywhere near you at this point in time. And it feels like whatever it is a long distance, okay? So here in the United States, we have what we call states. And so, you know, for me, I live in Missouri. And so if I were going to be thinking about this could be somebody that lives like in Nevada or Colorado or something like that. They don't live anywhere close to me. What I'm hearing is the distance would require them, not really, well, yeah, for some it would require them to have to take a flight, an airplane. Again, you know, not everybody flies, but I'm pulling on the most dominant energies here. And so for a lot of you, you know, the first time you guys meet and you do hang out together, it's going to require someone flying out. Okay. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have owns their own home. So, you know, this might be a sense of if they own their own home, I mean, they might be flying you out to meet them. But in order for the two of you to, someone in this connection is probably going to end up having to, well, definitely, someone's going to end up having to uproot themselves and go, you know, fly to the other person and move either cross country to another country, across the sea or something like that. All right, you guys, we're going to end your reading there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today, and I will see you guys at your next Future Spouse Pick a Card reading. Bye, guys. Pile 2, welcome back to my channel. We are finally back doing another Future Spouse Pick a Card reading. What we're doing with this one is we're going to find out whether or not you and your future spouse, if you guys know each other, have you already met, have your paths crossed at any point, have you ever been in any kind of like close proximity, right? We're going to be finding out about them, you know, see if we can find out what some astrological markers might be, some personality traits. We'll see if whatever comes through, right? And all kinds of things could come through regarding your person and who they are, what's going on with them, you know, whatever the energy might be. Like, basically, this is who are they and have you met them yet? Right? And some of the energies or the things that are coming through will kind of serve as clues to kind of give you an idea of who your future spouse is, you know, especially if you've already met them, but maybe you're not, you know, you don't know who they are yet, that they are your future spouse. All right, Pile 2. All right, just keep in mind, it's a general reading, so of course, whatever resonates, you can definitely take it, run with it. If something doesn't resonate, you certainly do not have to claim that. Just drop it, leave it behind for the people for whom it might resonate for. I do have personal readings available if you would like for me to tap exclusively into the energy of you and your future spouse's connection. I have a basic reading available when it comes to future spouse. That's $25. If you want the extended, we pick up on more, you know, energies about your future spouse and who they are. Check those out. Booking details are in the description box below. There's a lot of $25 readings available in the future spouse category. All right, so Pile 2, you guys were drawn to the Garnet stone. Garnet, let's see, who are they? Now, I don't even know how to say this word, and I've never actually had this card come out in any of my readings on this channel. It's never come out, period. A reading or not. So I don't even know how to pronounce that. Is it dilettante? I have no clue. And then we have night. All right, so I am going to read both the light attributes and the shadow attributes because it's going to give you an idea, you know, who they are, who your future spouse is at their best, but then also who they might be, you know, at their quote unquote worst, maybe when they are expressing more through their shadow, okay? Let's see, so dilettante says, light attributes, delights in the arts without having to be a professional, alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. Let's see, shadow attribute of that says pretension to much deeper knowledge than you actually possess. I might look at the book on that one. Oh, okay, I see what's being said here. Night says, light attribute, loyalty, romance, and chivalry, a love of honor. Shadow attributes for night says allegiance to a destructive ruler or principle, romantic delusions. Okay, so Pisces is coming through. It doesn't necessarily have to be Pisces, because when a lot of, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but when people think about addictive behaviors, for some reason, addictive behaviors are attributed to Pisces. And it might be the fact that Pisces ruler is both Neptune and Jupiter. So, I mean, that makes a lot of sense why, you know, addictive behaviors, or the propensity for addictive behaviors, would be, you know, a hallmark of Piscean energy. But, you know, this reading is about giving you guys some clues as to who your future spouse might be. So they might have a lot of Pisces in their chart. It could be a chart ruler. There's definitely Neptune and Jupiter are definitely coming through. There might be a little bit of a nod to Sagittarius in there because of Jupiter, but it's the combination, it's the addictive behaviors, okay? Your person is very passionate, pile 2. That's what's coming through. And unless they have some kind of a channel for all of that intensity, they can tend to channel that intensity through addictive behaviors. But you know, the fact that we have that energy coming through with dilettante, which is somebody that, you know, might be channeling that intense passion through something they do with their hands, okay? They channel it through some kind of creative pursuits, okay? Art, painting. I heard printing. I'm not sure, you know, maybe like they have a 3D printer, or, you know, it could be print too, like handwriting. They might be into some kind of, you know, calligraphy, or, you know, something like that. The fact that this says delights in the arts without having to be a professional, this is something, yeah, your person, it's not necessarily, they're not doing, you know, so if they draw, they don't necessarily draw for it's not something they do with the end goal of selling it. Literally, I'm seeing your person draw just kind of as a way to channel their intense, passionate energy. Okay, your person is very much a romantic, and if they don't have a creative outlet for that, like I said, it can trigger they can channel it through some very destructive, addictive behaviors. Pretension to much deeper knowledge than they actually possess. This could be them. There's a bit of a know-it-all energy coming through with that, but again, that's, you know, when that's when they're expressing through their shadow. We'll find out what well-being is here. You know what? I am going to say, you guys, for some of you, your person might be going through, or they may have battled in the past at the very least, some kind of an addiction, an actual addiction. They could be, you know, when you meet them, they could be active in some kind of recovery program. I'm seeing like specifically alcohol, okay? But of course, you know, it's a general reading, so it doesn't necessarily have to be alcohol. It could be, you know, another kind of an addiction, narcotics or something like that, painkillers. Your person is loyal. Like when they make a commitment to something or someone, they are loyal, because, you know, light attributes of the night says loyalty, romance, and chivalry. So, you know, this is giving me energies of somebody that would hold the door open for you. You know, if they take you somewhere, they're going to open the car door for you. Where your person is concerned, pile 2, I think, have you heard the saying that chivalry is dead? But not with your person. Chivalry is not dead with your person. And I love here that it says a love of honor. So your person, you know, whomever they give their heart to, they honor. Not only do they honor that person, but they honor I'm hearing they honor the sanctity of marriage. Yeah. So your person, you know, your future spouse is going to be very loyal to you. Very clued in to your needs. They're going to want to know everything about you so that they can do what needs to be done to make sure that you're happy in the connection. Okay. Again, that's it's leaning almost towards the addictive behaviors, right? They may be a little obsessed, which I'm not necessarily saying is a bad thing, as long as it's not coming from a space of, they need to make you happy so that you don't leave them, not coming from there. It's coming from a space of they want to make you happy because just the love of seeing you smile, right? It's not coming from a space of, I got to do everything to make Pile 2 happy or they're going to leave me. It's not coming from a space of like an abandonment wound or attachment issues. It's coming from a space of they love seeing you smile, and that's why. Okay. What is well-being here? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I keep hearing like it's all about your person trying to find the balance, because yeah, they can overdo it quite a bit. Your person has a lot of passionate energy, and they have to find very constructive ways to channel it. It can very easily go into a self-destructive mode if they don't do that. And so with well-being here, this is your person, leaning more towards creative pursuits in a way of channeling that energy. So yeah, for a lot of you, if your person at any point in time was reliant upon any kind of a substance, whether, it's alcohol, narcotics, even food or anything like that, they are in some way, shape, or form recovering from that, because there's well-being here that's giving me the image of them finding ways to balance themselves out. And here we have, the stone that you guys were drawn to is Garnet, which is, that corresponds with the root chakra, which is grounding, right? Centering, not getting too carried away in things. Yeah, all right, let's see. Let's see if you've met your person. Have your paths crossed? Do you know who they are? Let's see. Have your paths crossed at all in any way, shape, or form? This doesn't help. Okay. Okay, so we are going to find out more about them. So, literally we have a yes, a no, and a maybe. So for some of you, it's like 50-50. Some of you already have, okay, either met your person, your paths have crossed at some point. If that's true, okay, if you already know that you've met this person, it's more than likely the two of you have already had drinks together. You may have met at a Halloween party. We have Halloween here. Oh, you guys. Remember I said I was picking up on like, your person may be like recovering, from an alcohol addiction. And here we have drinks. This is drinking to escape reality. Okay. This, if that's something that you also kind of may have battled with, I mean, there's something, it could be something related to that, okay? You may meet them on something having to do with recovering, like AA or something like Alcohol Anonymous, recovering Alcohol Anonymous or something like that. You know what? Even with the no, it says rejection, choosing someone else, on the outside looking in. Pile 2, it does kind of feel like you already know this person. This may have been someone that you ended up maybe rejecting because they had some kind of an addictive personality, okay? And if it's not something where they were too clingy, because again, addiction can be more than one thing. People can be addicted, to substances, but they can also be addicted to, people and or just love in general, right? And so this person could have been really clingy. They could have felt like they were suffocating you because the want and the desire for love and connection was coming from a space of, coming from a space of lack. It was born out of a need to not be abandoned, right? As opposed to, like I said earlier, wanting to do things for you just for the sake of seeing you smile, So yeah, for some of you, it does feel, it's more than 50-50. It does feel for a lot of you, you've already met this person. Again, it's a general reading, so take that as it, as it resonates. For those of you where you have not met this person, this is kind of going to give you a clue. You may actually initially reject this person, okay? It may not have the fairy tale beginning that a lot of us, aspire to. So we have drinks here, we have Halloween and left out. So they may actually ask you out on a date, and they may do it while they're inebriated, and it may be like a turn off to you. Or if it's not like they're inebriated on, substances or alcohol or what the case may be, there is an energy of like a clinginess to their energy. That you pick up on that just turns you off for whatever reason, and you're like, no, right? We're not, and you're like, next, and move on. Of course, we are talking about your future spouse, and so this is alluding to somehow this connection coming around again after your person has healed that part of themselves where they have learned to channel that intense passion. So first of all, it's like, yeah, they're having to channel that intense passion and energy to something that they can create with their hands, right? But at the same time, that I am picking up on a clinginess to your person's energy that is stemming from some kind of wounding. So when they cycle back, when this connection cycles back again, they will have already gone through the process of healing that wounding, so that intensity and that passion is still there, but it's not clingy and it's not addictive. It's just coming from a space of like, they just love to bask in love and romance. And it's not a thing where it's just like anybody will do. It's like, no, they're very picky and specific about who they give that energy to, right? And they want to give it to you. All right. Let's see. Find out if we can get some astrological markers. Find out who they are. Scorpio. It even says obsessive, driven. Yeah, I'm picking up passionate. Yep, I was picking up on that. So Scorpio energy coming through. Tell me more about you. Trine. Give me one more. They figure their stuff out, okay? There's a lot of, I will say, fixed energy is coming through. We have polarity, yeah, okay. So we have trine and opposition, which just the two of those are very opposite, right? Trine says most fortunate aspect, harmonious, luck, opportunities, creative flow. There's more of that creative flow. Comfort zone, natural talents. We also have opposition that says polarity, tension, dynamic, challenge, conflict, mirror, relationship, unsure, and wavering. And then we have full moon at the bottom of the deck. So the harvest, it says reap what you've sown, emotion, celebration, or regret, karmic cycle, manifestation, new insights. Says it's good for consecrating, psychic inner development, healing, sharing, teaching, and then it corresponds with the wheel in tarot, which the wheel is, it depends on, for me personally, because I see the wheel, it's never stuck unless it's in the reverse, and so the wheel for me is mutable signs. A lot of other tarot readers, though, and it's neither here nor there, but for me personally, the wheel, if it's in the upright position, corresponds to mutable energy because it can go either way. And so mutable energy is, let's see, Gemini, Pisces, Virgo, and Sagittarius. Okay. You know what that's really showing me though? Okay. I'm seeing like is it a cog? I don't even know what a cog is. What's a cog? Oh my gosh. You guys, when I channel energy and things come through where I'm like, I don't even know what that is. Yeah, let's see, what's a cog? Cog meaning. Hold on, you guys. No, it's a thing. It's not a verb. What's a cog? Is Is it cogs? Okay, yeah. It says a tooth on the rim of a wheel or gear. Okay, yeah, and that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing like, you know, like those wheels that have the little tooths, right? And you have some of them that move together, and it's like you would see in a watch. And I'm seeing that, and it's stopped. It's jammed, and this is your person's energy up until this point. And this is why I feel like previously they may have been very self-destructive, you know, indulging in addictive behaviors because they were stuck, right? There was stagnant. There was some stagnancy there, which can be very dangerous for mutable energies, because mutable energies are meant to flow, right? But I see now that those wheels are starting to turn. The cogs are starting to turn again. And so your person definitely, at the point that you guys meet, at the point that, you know, they do become your spouse, you know, they have a lot more positive, healthy, sustaining ways of channeling that energy so that they're not getting stuck. It's when your person's energy gets stuck and stagnant that they tend to gravitate towards more self-destructive, i.e. addictive behaviors, okay? But we have polarity here in this connection between the two of you, which means attraction, okay? Polarity in terms of, like, you know, feminine versus masculine, and of course we're talking about energies, not genders, okay? That's what creates attraction, magnetism in romantic connections. And so, you know, it is whatever you identify yourself as. If you identify yourself as the divine feminine, they're definitely going to be the divine masculine. There's going to be some noticeable differences between the two of you, okay? But it works. Not only does it work, but I'm hearing that it fans the flame of attraction, like whatever, like it's very attractive. So what I'm hearing is that one of you might be very outgoing, very much a social butterfly. At the very least, someone here might be very good with people, make friends easily. You know, you don't necessarily have to be, it's not so much extrovert versus introverts, because even introverts can be outgoing. It's just, you know, in terms of like social batteries, right? But someone here might be more quiet, more observative, while the other person is just more outgoing and chatty and stuff like that when it comes to making friends. And it works, right? Whatever the differences in this connection may be, it's definitely fans the flame of attraction within the connection, okay? Whatever the oppositions or the opposites might be actually creates some kind of harmony. And I'm also seeing those cogs in terms of your guys' connection. It works. It keeps the energies flowing, okay, in a very good way. Let's see. Not a lot coming out in terms of, we did have some, okay, signs. Yeah, we did have signs. So we had mutable energies, and then we also have Scorpio, okay? Let's see. Let's find out. Give me more clues about, let's see, pile 2 and their future spouse. I want to take all that. No, we don't want to take all those. Okay, we're going to get 6 of these. Longtime crush. They've had their eyes on you for a while. See, I'm telling you guys already, yeah, a lot of you already know this person. They may have already asked you out on the date. But you, for whatever reason, and it has a lot to do with their energy, right? Being very clingy. If it's not that, then it was them having issues with some kind of addictive behaviors. You've already, you know, they asked you out, you told them no, or you may have went out on a, you know, date. You may have went on a Halloween, you know, party together. You may have had a first date with them and it just didn't. You're like, no. Here's it says, do I know you? So some time may have passed. Yeah, yeah. So there may have been a lot of time, like when the two of you meet up again, it's like you might bump into each other, and it may be like, hey, I know you from somewhere, you know. So a lot of time may have passed since the two of you have met up, and they may recognize you because it says they've had their eyes on you for a while. When you bump into this person again, though, so much time may have passed where you're like, you recognize them, but it takes you a minute to place who they are. Okay. Yeah, pile 2. A lot of you have definitely already met this person. Awkward. It says awkward. We'll find out what's awkward about it, but it does. It feels like, you know, they know who you, okay, this is what's coming up, pile 2. Oh my gosh. So you may bump into this person again, and they know who you are, like, right away. They even, you know, hey, whatever your name is, pile 2, they say, hey, you know, pile 2's name, you know, have you been, and blah, blah, blah. And it may take you a minute to place who this person is. You may have even forgotten what their name is. And it's like awkward because you got to ask them, like, I recognize you. Your face seems familiar, but I don't remember what your name is, right? So there may be some kind of an awkward moment when the two of you meet up again. Okay. Let's see. We got meet through friends and family. So that may have been, you know, like what's coming up is some kind of a, you know, a party, a get together. This person may, you know, a brother or sister may have thrown some kind of a, you know, a party, or a cousin, or even parents. And this person was invited through like a friend or a family member. Okay. A lot of you, it's a Halloween party. That's what's coming up. Okay. A Halloween costume party. Let's get 2 more. But again, just take what resonates. It doesn't necessarily have to be a Halloween party that's very specific, okay? But it's that kind of an energy, like some kind of a party, some kind of a get-together, which may have been a lot of your friends and family may have been at this party. It could have been thrown by a, you know, a friend or a family member. A friend or a family member could have taken you to, you know, this party that you met this person at. They could have been very inebriated, okay? That may have been why they were a turnoff at first. There's outdoors, okay? Yeah. So this party could have been outdoors. Could have been some food involved, like a cookout, regardless of what kind of party it was. Keeping tabs on you. Yeah, you guys. Okay. So whether or not, you know, you've met this person yet, again, general energies, okay? Regardless of what happens, some time passes, but this person, even though you initially reject them, they somehow keep tabs on you. So they, you know, check you out on social media, especially if they know you through, like, if they know you through one of your friends or family members, or one of their friends or family members. They ask about you. That's how they know who you are. So they might, you know, figure out how to find you on social media. And so, you know, they keep tabs on you, whether or not it's through social media or through asking their friend, your friend or family, or their friend and family member about you. Okay. Very specific. Okay, let's see. Let's get some more. Let's get 6 of these. Tell me about pile 2's future spouse. Is known to be sarcastic often. This person, low-key, pile 2, they get on your nerves. Okay? At least that, like, the first time around, right? Before they had some kind of healing process, but before they went through some kind of a healing process, you know, because sarcasm can be attractive when you're vibing with somebody. Otherwise, it can just be annoying. And I'm picking up on annoying energy here. Sometimes it can be attractive, but that's not what I'm getting. And so this person actually annoys you with their sarcasm, at least at first, right? Because the energy that they are approaching you in is coming from whatever energy would fuel, and a lot of it is coming through some kind of a wounding, right? And so, again, a lot of you, this is coming from an energy of your person, you know, dealing like the first time around is what it feels like. The first time the two of you meet, um, they're dealing with some kind of a wounding. An abandonment wound largely is what's coming through. So an abandonment wound that is fueling some kind of an attachment issue with your person that makes their energy very clingy. Okay, and you're not feeling that. The second time around, though, they, like I said, they've gone through some kind of a healing process. If they were dealing with some kind of substance abuse or addictive, whatever it may be, you know, they've completed recovery, and so it's almost like they're a whole different kind of a person. That intensity and that passion is still there, but it's gonna be more where it's attractive to you this time because it's being handled the right way. They're not clingy with it. It's not coming from us, they're not smothering with it. It's hard to explain. There is almost like, you know, an obsessive nature with, you know, their attraction to you, but it's not coming from a space like, oh, I gotta own you or you're gonna get away. It's not that. It's like they almost worship you. They worship the ground that you walk on. But it doesn't turn you off. Not this time, not the second time around, okay? Oh, it says your path will cross after you make a final decision. I'll see if I can pull any, you know, any clues out about what that final decision might be. What? No. Okay. Has a severe allergy. They have a severe allergy to something. I just heard food allergy. They have a severe food allergy. I'm hearing two things: strawberries, and or peanut butter, or just peanuts. A peanut allergy. Spends their money quickly. Okay, that's that addictive energy behavior coming through. This says will come into your life when you least expect it. Yeah, and this feels like they're gonna come back into your life when you least expect it. Like, so I feel like the second time around that you meet up with this person or you see this person, it's not gonna be at another like get together. It's gonna be very unexpected. I mean, it could be. I am hearing now that, yeah, you may not even be thinking about this person. And so you might see them at another family or another family get together, and maybe they just haven't, you know, they haven't been for a while. And so they just so happen to pop up again. And it's like, oh yeah, I remember you, right? Takes you a minute to like place them because a lot of time has passed. And so, yeah. I mean, you very well could meet them again, you know, through another family get together, but you're not expecting it because you have since been to a lot of family get togethers and stuff and they haven't gone. So you're not expecting them. Wherever it is or whenever it is that you meet this person, it is going to be very unexpected. Let's get one more. We got, ooh, 3 more. That's a lot, but we'll take them. Let's see. It says can speak more than one language fluently. So they're at the very least they're bilingual, but they could of course speak more than one, you know, even more than 2 languages. Says your first date will be within 5 days of a full moon. And then we did have full moon come out in the actual reading itself. And so you might meet them during an actual full moon. And then your first date, like when you guys decide, you guys set up a date, and it could be within 5 days of initially meeting. But this is kind of giving you an idea of when the two of you might meet. And it may be very close to Halloween, whatever the full moon is in Halloween. Okay, sometimes, not very often, but I mean, full moons can happen on actual, Halloween. But whatever that, so that's very specific, but it's going to resonate for some of you. And here it says, met you more than 1 year ago. Yeah. A lot of time is going to a lot of time will have passed, when your paths cross again. Okay. So much so, I mean, and this person has been so far out of your mind that it's like, you're like, who are you again? It's like, you know them from somewhere, but it's like, it takes you a minute to place them. And it's like, and they know exactly who you are, right? But you, on the other hand, you're like, it takes you a minute to remember, and you feel kind of awkward. Well, both of you feel kind of awkward because of that. All right, pile 2, that was your reading. I hope that you had fun. I hope that it was entertaining. I definitely hope that it resonated. If it did resonate, you can show your appreciation and your thanks by smashing that like button. It's also a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below and let me know that you picked this pile. Let me know how it resonated. Become part of the family by hitting that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. And I just saw at the back of the deck, you guys, it says they go by a nickname. They go by a nickname, okay? So this is just more of a clue. So whatever, whatever their nickname is, they could even be known as that nickname professionally. For some of you, they might go by their middle name. Okay, just another clue. All right, you guys, I will see you guys at your next Pick a Card Future Spouse reading. Bye. Pile 3, welcome back. We are finally doing another future spouse pick a card reading on the channel. What we're doing now is we're going to find out if you've met them yet, have your paths crossed at any point in time. And regardless of what the answer to that is going to be, we're just going to find out who they are, see what we can pull through in terms of, maybe what they look like, what's going on at the time that the two of you meet, just anything that might come through. We're definitely going to be pulling on see if we can find out what some astrological markers, might be in regards to them and their personality and just stuff like that. Really just whatever comes through. If you've met them, and whatever clues might come through about who they are as a person, what they look like, all that good stuff. All right, so it's been very entertaining. I've actually really enjoyed these readings so far. It's just been fun and lighthearted, okay? So you guys, just keep in mind, pile 3, it's a general reading, so whatever resonates, definitely, take it, run with it. If something comes through and it does not resonate, you certainly do not have to claim it. Just drop it, leave it behind for whomever it may resonate for. And then I do have personal readings available if you would like for me to tap exclusively into the energy of your future spouse. Description box below has all the booking details. There are a lot of $25 readings available in the specific person category. Okay, you guys, let's see. You were drawn to the lovely Mookite stone. Let's find out who they are. So we have, we got the wounded child. Now I'm going to read both the light attributes and the shadow attributes because we're going to find out, who they are at their best and then who they are when, they might be expressing more through their shadow side. We also have travel. Okay, let's see. So wounded child, the light attributes of the wounded child says awakens compassion and desire to serve others. Okay, awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children. Okay, and then it says opens the learning path of forgiveness. Shadow attributes of the wounded child says blames all dysfunctional relationships on childhood wounds, resists moving on through forgiveness. All right, so in your person's evolved state, they're very forgiving. Your person, your future spouse, pile 3, just has like a 35,000 foot view. They have a different understanding about why it is they went through what they went through. Okay. Easy to forgive, whether or not they forget, right? Very much a proponent of letting go and moving on. Understanding that holding on to unforgiveness is like them drinking poison, hoping that it's going to hurt the other person. So they're quick to forgive as much as they can. And even if it's something where, feelings needing to catch up, it's your person has the intention of forgiving and moving on because they don't want to stay stuck, right? Let's see. Scribe says preserving knowledge and information. Shadow attribute says altering facts or plagiarizing others' work. Okay, so, when your person, your future spouse, if they were unevolved, right, if they were immature or haven't grown up or learned any lessons, then they're going to be expressing themselves through what it feels like is victim mentality, right? Holding on to grudges, wanting to get revenge or wanting the other person to pay dearly for what was done, not being able to forgive and move on. Altering facts or plagiarizing others' work, that can even come through as like gaslighting, right? We'll find out what travel is, and that could just be very well letting us know that your person travels a lot. They just love to travel, okay? Sagittarius energy and Gemini energy coming through with travel. That might be some astrological markers. Let's see. Oh no, we're going to find out if you've met them yet. Let's see. Have you and pile 3 met? Have your paths crossed at any point in time, any way, shape, or form? We're going to get 3 cards out. Have you and pile 3 met already? Have your paths crossed at any point in time? We got 4. We'll take them. Okay. For the most part, yes. For most of you, you have actually met this person. We have true love here. Okay. So the cards that come out, we have true love, time. We have shove it and panicking. It wasn't the right time. Okay. Yes, the two of you met. You may have even had a significant love experience with them, that you may have even been with them romantically, right, in an actual relationship with the person, but it just wasn't the right time. Very well could have been because your person was still being affected by childhood wounding, okay? Somebody could have moved away. True love says captured their heart, can't deny their love, a declaration of love. This is someone that you and or them, like you, the two of you may have already told each other that you love each other. Okay. You and or them have already heard you or the other person say, I love you. Like you may have already heard this person tell you that they love you, pile 3. Okay. This is definitely for the vast majority of you that are, tuning into this pile. You already know this person, okay? There may have been a little bit of it could have been a bad breakup, okay? There could have been some hurt feelings. Sorry. There could have been some hurt feelings, okay? But that doesn't negate that, you know, what was making up the connection is and was true love. It was true love. But, you know, your person being in this they were expressing themselves through their shadow attribute at the time that the two of you first had your first experience with them, your first love experience, right? This is given energies, pile 3, if you're the one that walked away. We have panicking here, which is desperate, afraid of losing you, time is running out. This is someone that I feel like you walked away from because they weren't mature. Soul wise, energy wise, you know, they were probably in victim mentality, always blaming you and other people for the reasons why, you know, things were going wrong. They could have been very mean spirited in their words. Yeah, with picking up on gaslighting energy, right? Somebody that will do and say whatever it takes to, somebody that needs to be right, okay? This is definitely somebody that you've met. So I will say, for those of you where you're like, oh no, I don't know who that person, I've never met that person, this is not your pile, okay? This is definitely for those of you that are tuning into pile 3. You already know this person. You already had some kind of a significant relationship with them. The two of you have already even told each other that you love each other, okay? It's that kind of an energy. All right, so travel, there feels like there may be distance between the two of you, geographical distance. Someone may have moved away to like a different state, a different city, a different country, whatever the case may be. Someone packed up and moved on, okay? I feel like it was you. I don't know if you were the one that left, like you left the relationship, pile 3 is what that feels like. They may have left the area that the two of you live in, though, because with travel here, there feels like there's distance where, you know, at least a very lengthy car ride would have to be underway in order to see the other person, but someone definitely moved away. Okay, again, that's very specific. That may not resonate with everybody, but I will say the vast majority of you, you know, turning into pile 3, you know this person, okay? You know them. You've had a significant relationship with them. The two of you, there's already been declarations of love between the two of you, stuff like that. All right, let's see. Let's find out some astrological markers. I believe, yeah, Gemini and Sagittarius coming through. There's mutable energy, okay? Mutable energy, because here's 12th house, which is ruled by Pisces. There's Sagittarius, so mutable energy, Sagittarius, Gemini, Pisces, and Virgo. Okay, let's get one more, though. Water. Heavy on the Pisces energy. 12th house is ruled by Neptune. Ruling sign is Pisces. I just heard Venus as well. Venus is what, Taurus, and what's the other one? Libra. I just heard Venus. 12th house, let's see. It says subconscious karmic debts. Yeah, karmic debts. There's already karma between the two of you. There's already experience. You and this person have definitely experienced life with each other. Current life, not past life, but current life, okay? It also says escapism. Yeah, that's your person's energy. Yeah, this is their energy, but that's definitely Piscean energy coming through with escapism. I should say the unevolved aspects of Piscean energy. Let's see, dreams, endings, afterlife, secrets, subversion, hidden enemies, and seclusion. Sagittarius says it is ruled by the Temperance card, ruled by Jupiter. It says ambitious, optimistic, fortunate, open, pioneer, inspiring, adventurer, and honest. And then water energy, of course, is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This also says fluid, flowing, wavering. Personality traits are deeply emotional, sensitive, intuitive, perceptive, and feeling. Okay, so there's a lot of astrological markers coming through, but I will say what's being highlighted out of a lot of these that I've already mentioned is they keep throwing stuff out. I just heard Scorpio, okay? Scorpio, Pisces. Okay, stop throwing stuff out there. It feels like everyone's being being represented here because I just heard Aquarius too. I'm like, I'm trying to highlight some stuff. Stop. Scorpio, Pisces, Aquarius, Sagittarius, Virgo, Gemini. Yeah, all the mutable signs, and then Scorpio, Aquarius. Yeah, Cancer is showing up here, but I'm not picking up heavy Cancerian energy. I mean, but it's mentioned, right? Okay, let's see. Your person is, obviously we were talking about your future spouse, pile 3, so whatever, and then we got air at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, picking up on there. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. I already mentioned all of those. Okay, sorry. They're like, see? um, yeah, they're definitely different now because whatever that childhood wounding is, they've managed to come to terms with things. They have a whole different perspective on things. They've made peace with their past, okay? And so whoever they were the first time around, you know, it's like this connection is going to be given a second chance, but the core of who they are, like whatever it was that you were attracted to about them, like that is still intact, but it's none of the, you know, wounded egoic, wounded inner child stuff. It's like they're not so much in they're not living out of their shadow attributes anymore, okay? All right, let's get some more. Yeah, they're highlighting deeply emotional, very sensitive, which, you know, when those are being expressed in the light attributes are very lovely. Your person is very romantic, very touchy-feely. I'm hearing they don't really have a dominant love language, but there are love languages that are being highlighted. So certainly physical touch. I'm picking up on a lot of, you know, PDA, public displays of affection, words of affirmation certainly coming through, and quality time. Those are like the top 3 that your future spouse, you know, that's their top 3 love languages. But they, you know what, I honestly believe that a lot of us, you know, we express all 5 love languages, and there may even be more than the original 5, but it's just, you know, we have our favorites, I guess. Your person's top 3 that they just naturally embody is physical touch, words of affirmation, and quality time. That's what I'm hearing. Okay. See, tell me more about yourself, more about this connection. Pile 3's future spouse. Yeah, there we go. Right person, wrong timing. We've got wrong timing issues coming out twice. Like it wasn't, the timing wasn't right the first time around, pile 3, with this person. The love was there, but there was just a lot of wounding that got in the way. It says, damn, you sexy AF. Yeah, the love and the attraction are certainly there. I'm hearing sex wasn't a problem. Physical intimacy wasn't a problem. That, you know, that may have been one of the stronger points that the two of you had. It may have even been what kept your connection going maybe longer than what it should have, right? And they still find you sexy AF. Just so you know, regardless of whether, you know, if you and this person are still having to communicate for some reason, they still find you sexy even after all this time. If this is something where you haven't seen them for a really long time and then you meet up again, they'll still find you sexy. Okay, that the attraction never left. Do I know you? Yeah, a lot of time has passed since your paths have crossed, okay? This is also giving me energies pile 3 of your person almost like you feeling like they've done a 180. Like the how you've known them before, it's like it's almost like you're going to have to get to know each other again because both of you have, I don't know if you've changed quite a bit. They've definitely changed in terms of like who they are as a person. They've grown up and matured and have evolved, right? Not to say that you haven't. But it's almost like for you, you're going to have to get to know this person all over again, just as a personality. You know, yeah, when they meet up with you, you know, you, of course, there may have been ways that you have changed and evolved and stuff, and there's definitely some catching up that the two of you are going to do, you know, but this feels like the two of you having to like get reacquainted with each other again because, personality wise, it's like meeting a whole other, it's like meeting a whole new person. Let's get 3 more. They're not the same person now that you knew back then. So stopped me in my tracks. Outdoors. Let's get 1 more. You might run into this person outside somewhere. You could literally bump into them while one of you is running. I don't know if you jog or they jog, or you run or they run. One of you could be in a hurry. Let's get 1 more. Yeah, out of nowhere. This second chance comes just out of nowhere, okay? It's very unexpected, but we do have keeping tabs on you at the bottom of the deck. Not the strongest of energies coming through because it is at the bottom of the deck. But, you know, you and or them may have just kind of been checking up on each other, you know, sporadically through the years or however long it's been since the two of you, you know, this is not carrying energies where one of you reaches out to the other, right? This, I'm picking up on something where the two of you just kind of, you bump into each other somehow. It's very unexpected. Very unexpected. Something about the energy too feels very frenetic. Like I said, I don't know if someone's running or jogging, getting some kind of exercise. It could be, it says outdoors. Someone could just be very busy and kind of like, you know, something like that. Yeah, let's get 6 from this deck and then we're gonna wrap it up. So if this is resonating so far, you guys, if it's entertaining, if you've had fun, you can show your thanks and appreciation by smashing the like button. For me, it's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below, let me know that you picked this pile. Let me know what you thought of the reading. Become part of the family by hitting the subscribe button as well as a notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. Let's see, hums often. Your person hums often. They may even like to sing. Whether they can sing, they like to sing, they like to hum. That's a lot. We'll take them. Look, yeah, it says already knows who you are. I'm telling you, y'all definitely know each other. It says your paths will cross during the next air sign season. Okay, so let's see. At the time that this reading will be posted, let's see, we are currently in, what are we in? Is it Capricorn season? So the next air sign season would be Aquarius, but it's a timeless reading, so whatever the next air sign season, that's when the two of you are gonna bump into each other again. I just heard bump heads. there's still, what's coming through is there still might be some water under the bridge that needs to be hashed out for some reason. Okay, it's not what I'm hearing, pile 3, is it's not going to be smooth sailing right at the start. There feels like there has some things that need to be getting out of the way, like some kind of air needs to be cleared. Okay. It says grew up in a better than average household, so possibly grew up in a middle class family. This says has a tendency to be forgetful or late. And then this says has an odd numbered birth year. Okay, this is about your person, your future spouse, pile 3, giving you clues about who they are. All right, you guys, that was your reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. I will see you at the next future spouse pick a card love reading. Bye, guys. Hey, pile 4, welcome back to my channel. We are doing another future spouse pick a card reading. I've had a few requests for another future spouse reading, and I'm like, okay, what can I do for my people? And I'm like, oh, this is it. Okay, so what we're going to be looking into, you guys, is whether or not you've already met this person. Do you already know who they are? Have your paths crossed at any point in time? Have you guys been in any kind of like close proximity to your future spouse? And regardless of what the answer to that is, we're going to go further and find out whatever more we can about your future spouse to give you clues as to who that person is. Okay, so yeah, it's been a very fun reading so far. Very lighthearted, very fun. I love doing future spouse readings, just overall. So for those of you where, you know, you really love future spouse readings, just make sure, comment below, let me know what other topics you would appreciate to know about your future spouse, whether I've already covered them or not. You know, as energies shift and change, you know, whatever you may have learned about your future spouse, as your own energies have shift and change, you know, theirs could have shift and changed too. So I'm not opposed to you know, revisiting some previous topics, maybe in newer energies. Okay, so pile 4, you were drawn to the Sunset Sodalite stone. Oh, and just keep in mind, you guys, it's a general reading, so whatever resonates, take it, run with it. You know, if something doesn't resonate, you definitely don't have to claim it. Just drop it and leave it for the people for whom it does resonate. I do have personal readings available if you would like for me to tap exclusively into your future spouse's energy. Booking details are in the description box. There's a lot of $25 readings available in the future spouse category. Okay, so let's see. Who are they? Interesting dichotomy of energies, because we have God, right? And then we have the Midas / the Miser. We'll see. And then we got Trust. Oh, okay. Okay, so very much divine. Your person is in their divine energy, whether it's God or goddess, okay, masculine or feminine. We're not talking about, you know, we're talking about energies, not genders, but very humble, okay, so not a God complex coming through at all. Your person is just very much in their divine, either the divine feminine or the divine masculine. They're just very much in their divine energy overall. But it's funny because I'm picking up on a lot of different imagery, like, you know, somebody, how am I wanting to say this? You might not know by looking at your person, pile 4, that they are fully embodying their divine energy, because they may dress in a very modest manner. They may drive a very modest car. They could be very wealthy, okay? Your person could have a lot of money. They could be very wealthy, and you wouldn't know it by looking at them. Very modest. There's a modesty coming through with your person. Their value is not necessarily in materialistic things. Do they own their own house? Yeah, more than likely. And you know what? Some of you, your person may not even own their own house, but it's not because they can't. It may very well be that your person chooses, for whatever reason, to live in an apartment just because it might be easier. They don't have to worry about lawn care. They don't have to worry about, you know, fixing things that are broken. Whatever kind of a lifestyle your person, your future spouse has pile 4, they chose that for a reason. There might be a reason why they're not driving a luxury. See, I'm picking up on energies pile 4. Your person is very well to do. And that doesn't mean they're driving luxury cars, wearing designer clothes, living in a mansion, things of that nature. Very modest. You would not know to look by looking at them that, you know, they're wealthy, they're rich, or at the very least that they are embodying divine energy. Yeah. So in these readings, I'm reading both the light attributes and the shadow attributes because, you know, who your person is at their best versus who they might be when they're expressing through their shadows, right? So God, and I was just channeling earlier, but we're going to get to the actual cards. So light attributes of God energy here says benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. Okay. Shadow attribute says despotism and cruelty, using power to control people. But we have trust here. So your person primarily expresses themselves through the light attributes, okay? Midas/miser says light attributes, entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold. Yes! Okay, delight in sharing life's riches. You guys, pile 4, your future spouse has a lot of money. I'm hearing inheritance for some of you, okay? So, they could be a trust fund baby. They could come from wealth. You wouldn't know it though. Like I said, I keep repeating myself and I'm sorry, but it's just, I don't know why. Sometimes it's just like, you know, repeating yourself kind of helps to get it planted into your subconscious. And anytime something like a seed is planted in your subconscious, that's when it manifests, right? So take that as you will. Yeah, very humble, comes from money or has a lot of money. I just heard very humble beginnings. Okay, so they may not, for some of you, your person may not come from money because I am hearing very humble beginnings, but they have money now, okay? Or at least they will at the point that you meet your future spouse. The shadow attributes of Midas says hoarding money and emotions, obsessive fear of losing your wealth. Again, that would be if they were, I'm not picking up that energy though. Like I said, if your person is living like in an apartment when they could afford a nice house or even a mansion, it's because they just, you know, they don't spend more than what they need. I mean, we'll see if anything comes out about your person being very charitable in nature. They just don't feel the need to flash it, right? Their wealth and the amount of money that they make and what they do for a living is not that they don't identify themselves as that, right? Yeah, we have benevolence and compassion. I am picking up on your person being very humble and very generous. And so it could very well even be that maybe they spend a great portion of their money, maybe helping other people that are less fortunate. That very well could be. Yeah, very generous, very compassionate, very benevolent. We will see what comes out in terms of their astrological markers, if anything comes out in that, because we're going to find out more about their personality. I am picking up on 11th house attributes, though. Very charitable, very humanitarian. Very much into like a reallocation of riches or wealth is what I'm hearing. You know, they just don't believe in, not that they don't believe in it, you know, but I mean, you're just very humble. They just don't see the point. It's like, you know, they don't see the point. Like, why would I drive why would I drive a McLaren if I have no use or want or need for it, you know? I'm not saying that they look down on people that might, you know, because I mean, some people love McLarens. If they could afford one, they would get one, right? And it's just part of that kind of a personality. Your person just doesn't have that want, need, or desire though. That's just not their aim. That's not their goal. It's like, yeah, they could afford one if they wanted one, but they have their sights. I don't know. I wouldn't even say they have their sights set on something higher. They live a very simple life. Again, I'm picking up on, you know, a scenario where someone's future spouse here, although they could afford a nice house, they choose to live in an apartment where, you know, they have other people taking care of maintenance and stuff like that. It just makes, whatever makes their life easier. Yeah, we'll move on. Let's find out if you've met your person already, pile 4. If you've already come across them, do you know who they are? Does pile 4 know who you are? Have you and pile 4 met? Have your paths crossed? Have you been in any kind of close proximity? Yeah. For a lot of you tuning in, you've already met your future spouse. I mean, the two of you can have even been introduced to each other. You might already know each other's names. At the very least, the two of you have been your paths have crossed. At some point, you've been at the same space at the same time, whether or not you actually met, okay? We have old school here. It says conservative, traditional values, does not like change. This could be somebody you know from like childhood. You could have gone to school with this person, pile 4. Direction, yeah, it says finding your way on the right path. You'll be shown the way. Yet together, it says joint venture, falling in love stage, spending time together. Yeah, this is someone, for a lot of you, you've already spent time with this person. Some of you may have already like had some kind of a relationship with this person. At least could have had a crush on each other, something like that. A lot of you have already had conversations with this person. You already know who this person is. You know their name. You might even know their family history. Your guys' families might even know each other somehow, some way. You guys, a lot of you tuning in have history with this person, some kind of history, okay? You either have a family together, your families know each other, something like that. Let's see. Tell me more about your personality. We got Taurus with the 2nd house. This may be somebody you were already married to, okay? We got, because it's showing up as the Hierophant with the tarot. Definitely someone, they are somebody that is very marriage minded already, okay? If this isn't someone that you've, you know, already been married to or anything like that, they are definitely marriage minded, okay? Coming through in Taurus energy. Let's get 2 more. South Node. Yeah, this is someone you already know. We got the Fool showing up here. So let's see. The Fool is Aquarius energy, I believe. Some people also see it as Aries energy. Let's see, we got Gemini, but then we also have 7th house, which is Libra energy. Okay, so we got Taurus, Aquarius, Aries, Gemini, and then we have Libra. We got Venus energy showing up twice, okay? So they could have some kind of, you know, Venus could be a dominant aspect in their chart. Taurus Libra could be a dominant aspect in their chart somewhere. 7th house is more about relationships. Your person is very relationship / marriage minded, very much so. Great at communication. Could be very mercurial. We do have Gemini with Mercury energy showing up here. Very balanced, yeah. So I'm not seeing where your person is expressing through their shadow attribute really at all. There's a lot of balance here. And then we did have trust coming up. So this is somebody that is very trustworthy. So, you know, when somebody is expressing mostly through their light attributes is because there's not a lot of underlying wounding that's, you know, influencing their character and their personality. They, you know, they are, and this could be for a lot of you because you already do know this person, but regardless of whether or not that's the case, they are going to feel very familiar with you, okay? For some of you, and because my intention of asking whether or not you know this person, my intention is whether or not you know this person in the 3D, not like in dreams or not just solely in the 5D or, you know, past life energy, you know, but like I said, it's a general reading, so whatever resonates. If you don't know who this person is at all, then you have met by way of like a past life connection, or you've met by way of like a 5D connection, because with South Node here, your person feels very familiar, and I'm even hearing comfortable. Okay, you're like, it's immediate, like you're very comfortable with this person. They feel very familiar to you, very much so. Okay, and with the Hierophant in the 7th house here, this could be a very quick engagement with the two of you. All right, very quick to get into, you know, a long-term commitment, you know, a very quick engagement. You know, you see what I'm saying? There's not going to be, yeah, and then even Gemini energy, air energy is very fast. We got air energy but twice with Libra and Gemini, so that is coming through. A very quick engagement. It's like the two of you just know, right, that that they're the one. You know that about each other, and so there's just an energy of like, why wait? You know, let's go ahead and just, you know, I'm hearing 6 months. The two of you are going to be engaged and possibly even married within the first 6 months. No, I'm hearing 6 months. Okay. It's fast, which, you know, you might be okay with. For those of you where you already know this person, like you've already met in the 3D, I mean, that would make sense. It's like, you know, why wait, you know? You may have known this person for a very long time, especially if the two of you have some kind of expansive history already. It's like there's no need to get to know each other because you guys have already done that. You already know each other, and so it's very fast. When you guys decide to make that connection to do it again, for a lot of you, or just, you know, to date and see each other romantically, it's like we already know each other. It's like you know each other like in and out, you know the ins and outs of each other, and so yeah, quick engagement, fast. You know, you go from being engaged to being married very quickly, within 6 months or in 6 months. Okay, let's see. Tell me more about pile 4's future spouse. We got awkward. It says never felt anything like this before. Okay, so that's carrying some kind of like twin flame energy, whether you believe in twin flames or not. The dynamic is there. Feeling something for each other that you've never felt for anyone else before. And that might be why it's so quick. Like I said, for some of you, it's both. You know this person in this lifetime, and you guys have a past life together. It's like you guys have spent ages. Your souls have reconnected in multiple lifetimes, not just this one. You just know you're supposed to be together. It's very in it, right? INNATE. It's very in it. Let's get more. We're gonna get 6 total. Captivated, mesmerized. And this says, hey, sorry to bother you. And it's coming out right underneath awkward. We'll see what the dynamic or what's going on with it. Let's see. Let's get 2 more. Keeping tabs on you and celebrating. I'm hearing celebrating a milestone. I'm telling you, this may be a reconciliation of sorts, okay? I don't know if the 2 of you have had a romantic connection before. Let me find out what's going on with awkward and hey, sorry to bother you. Someone may need a favor from the other. I don't know if maybe, I don't know what you do for a living or what your person does for a living, but that may be something awkward that's coming through. It's like you might need a service that they provide, or you might need a service that they provide, vice versa. And there may be some awkwardness attached to that. Like I'm, you know, sorry to bother you, but you know, can you help dig my car out of the snow? At the time that we're filming this video, Kansas City just went through about a week long of like a snowstorm. You know, people's cars have been getting stuck in the snow, you know, and so it could be something like that. It's just, it's not something that you come across every day, but something happens. They need a service you provide. You need a service they provide. Some of you, it could be like one of your appliances may be on the fritz, or, you know, washing machine needs to be serviced or something, and your person may know how to fix appliances or whatnot. And it's like, hey, I'm sorry to bother you, but can I ask you for a favor? It's that kind of an energy. Tell me more about awkward and hey, sorry to bother you. Yeah, literally. That's exactly what it is. It's a favor that's needed, and it's not something that happens all the time. Someone could have got stranded, right? Someone could have run out of gas. Maybe this person lives nearby, and it's like, hey, I'm sorry to bother you, but could you help me get my car to, you know, the gas station or something? Something is suspended here, right? Again, some scenarios that are coming through: running out of gas, being stranded somewhere, cars needing to be worked on. Your person may have some mechanical knowledge or experience. Heavy on the mechanical. They could literally be a mechanic, could do a lot of work on appliances. They might be very handy, you know, doing work around the house, or, you know, something like that. But yeah, this feels like a favor. Hey, you know, I need to call in a favor, that kind of a thing. Okay. This person is keeping tabs on you. We'll see what celebrating is about. So, you know, if you two have, you know, family members, or your families know each other, if you have mutual friends or whatever the case may be, they do ask about you. For some of you, they might keep tabs on you through social media if you're on social media, but this person is actively keeping tabs on you. We have captivated, mesmerized. You know, if this is someone, I mean, regardless of whether or not you have any kind of a romantic history with this person, there is definitely crush energy coming through. This person is very drawn to you physically, okay? But they're also, it's energetically as well, because we had that South node showing up. And so there's just this energy of feeling drawn to each other, because there is so much history, even past life history, between the two of you. There's just something about your energy that captivates and mesmerizes this person. And a lot of the times when it's our energy, that can be expressed and embodied physically, right? Let's see, celebrating. Tell me more about celebrating. Okay. There might literally, somebody here might be celebrating some scenarios that are coming through. Like somebody here might be celebrating the end of some kind of a relationship. Somebody like a divorce party, okay? This could also be because celebrating's being, it's being clarified by the death card. And so this literally could be, what do they call that? Like an end of life celebration. This is giving me those energies. Don't they do something very similar to that, like in New Orleans? Right? When people, yeah, they're funerals, but I mean, it's almost, it's an end of life celebration because, you know, people are no longer bound by earthly vessels. And so there might be something about where, you know, you and your person might meet up at like, you know, an end of life celebration for a family member or something of that nature. You know, it feels like someone has been liberated, though. If it's not like an end of life celebration, like, you know, a funeral or something like that, then it is definitely it carries the energies of someone being liberated by the ending of something. Okay. Again, right off the bat, when these were pulled, someone celebrating like a divorce. Okay. And that having something to do with the two of you coming together or coming back together. Okay. Yeah. Because the two of you have unfinished business with the World in the reverse at the back of the deck. All right. Interesting. New Orleans did show up though, so New Orleans might be, you know, pertinent to you and your person. Let's see. We're going to get more from this deck, the Who, What, Where deck. It says, how will I spot them and what will happen? And then we're going to close your guys' reading. If this has resonated so far, if it's entertained you, you can definitely show your thanks and appreciation by smashing the like button. It's also a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below. Let me know what poly you picked. Let me know how it resonated. Become part of the family by hitting that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. Okay, let's find out more about Pile 4's future spouse. Ooh, they speak with an accent. Okay, so whatever accent they have, it's different from yours. All right. They like to use their middle name. So they don't go by their first name. They go by, you know, their middle name or a variation of their middle name. Pile 4's future spouse. Has a noticeable facial feature. I'll see if I can pull what that might be, you know, but I mean, it could be a scar they might have. For some of you, I'm picking up on like a scar on their eyebrow, either from an, like, you know, for a lot of you, it may be where they may have had like a ring or a ring on their brow, a piercing on their brow. They might have a scar there now for that. Let's see. Let's get 3 more. They could have a gap tooth, like when they smile. Some of them may have like a crooked smile. When they smile, it's kind of a little bit crooked, in a cute way. Let's see. An asymmetrical smile. Wears a meaningful accessory often, and I'm specifically seeing like a necklace, okay? Some kind of a pendant or a necklace. Let's get 2 more. Dyes their hair unusual colors. And then it says at least 1/3 of their body is covered in tattoos. Yeah, I was picking up on piercings. So piercings and tattoos. And then they dye their hair unusual colors. Okay, so I'm, you know, like colorful, like the hues that are in here on this, but red is coming through as well. Not like redhead red, but like stop sign red, right? yeah, so that's your reading pile 4. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. I will see you guys at your next Pick a Card Future Spouse reading. Bye, guys.